Hello, welcome to Illustrator Jones. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please subscribe and give it a like. Thank you ever so much for watching. Well, this is a drawing I wanted to do of Furt, which is eventually going to become a animated little scene with a voiceover that I've done for him in English. Although he is an alien, we have used a translator to translate his fart sounds into words. So I'm looking there, I'm getting that sheet of paper because I need to refresh my memory as how I've drawn him before. I couldn't remember. So yeah, that's what that little piece of paper is up in the corner. It's just trying to get a body stance. If you're wondering what the noise is, there's a big storm outside and it's blowing against the house. It's terrible. Absolutely. Oh, and it's moving the doors. Shouldn't be in this day and age, should it? They all should be airtight. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I wanted to just try and do Furt introducing my videos instead of me with my boring voice. Hello, Illustrator Jones. Anyway, I thought it'd be funnier to get him to do the intro in a funny voice and accent. I was going to do it in rude sounds and then put subtitles up, but nah, I don't know. I think it's funny if you give him a funny voice instead. So that's what I've done. So what I'm doing there is I'm drawing out mouth shapes that I'm going to use in the animation. I'm not going to use those ones obviously because I just rubbed them out. But yeah, take the arm out. I don't know why I'm going over the mouth because that's going to be rubbed out in a minute. So yeah, more mouth shapes just to vary the movement of his mouth. I suppose you could just do it open and close, but I try to give it a little bit of a variation so that you get different looks. Now I was trying to get a ooh look. Couldn't do it, and I was too lazy to go and get some reference to do that. So I didn't bother with it in the end. I just no. I'll just go with normal mouth. That's his closed mouth. So that's the top one is his closed mouth, and all the rest are just at different openings. Now I'm drawing his left arm. As you're looking at it, his right arm. And he's going to wave his little hand, so if you saw me there moving my hand, that was me figuring out what movement to make and to draw. And this is just going to be a static arm. And oh no, it's not. It's going to move, isn't it? Of course. It's going to change to that arm as well, going up and down. Only now and again, not very often. But there you go. Putting these little spots on. I'm going to rub out his mouth. Oh, I'm not going to. Oh, I'm going to ink it in. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ink it in now with the my brush pen, my Pentel brush pen, which I nowadays find easier to draw. You can't draw really, really fine stuff with it, but you can draw with the majority of stuff with it, which is really good. So I was just wondering if this gives you an idea of, just trying out simple animation. I say simple. You could do it with stop motion with a camera, an old camera. A digital camera. You could take photos of each stage. Like, I don't know if you've seen a video I did of Furt running across the drawing board, making rude sounds. That was just done stop motion. That was a camera. Take a photo, move him. Take a photo, move him. Take a photo. Well, you could do this with the same if you cut out his arms and his body. You could just move and take a photo and put little mouths over his face as well. It would work that. I've used Photoshop, which is horrendous for animation. It really is. Oh dear me. There's got to be something better out there to use for animation. If anybody knows of something either free or very cheap to do animation, please, you know, let us know in the comments, and I'll give it a go and see how I get on. Because Photoshop is really difficult. It's not easy at all. It's not really an animation package, is it? It's a photo software, not animation. They've just shoved it in there, really. It does work, but the timing and everything's appalling on it. Plus, when you've actually finished your animation, then you run it in something else. It runs faster than it does on the actual screen in Photoshop. So you can't get a true idea of where the lips are moving or what. Anyway, I'm inking all the mouths now. And I did something different in this video, which you'll see momentarily. Got some details on his hands. Trying to make them interesting, you know, for kids if they want to draw. So you see it from pencil to colour. Excuse me. There you go, he's rubbed out his mouth finally. Finally. There you go. So rub out all the pencil. Add some final little touches of darks and cross-hatching, which I've talked about in another video, what cross-hatching is. Making little lines and using them as shadows. Now I made a mistake on the feet later on, which is a bit of a pain. Oh, I am fussy, honestly. If there's any slight mark there, oh, get rid of it. Now here's the change. This is gonna jump now. Onto the computer. Ooh, look at him, Mr. Flash. Scanning it in, that drawing that you've just seen. So I scan in at 300 dpi, which is dots per inch. And then in Photoshop I cut it all out into little separate pieces, layers as it's called. Yeah, and then I'll put the mouth shapes in place. Oh, I won't, I'll stick them to the right hand side. What do I know? It was only me that did it. Oh, I think I'd do that later, don't I? Yeah. Oh, not totally stupid. Totally, anyway. Yeah, just fixing little bits and pieces. Some parts where it will bleed through if I don't put a black line in. Tidying up his toes, of course. Why not? Cut him out. And so you've just got his carcass. His little arms. And his extra hand. Oh, fix his nails. Can't have him going in with bad nails. So there he is in the middle. Maneuver his arm and his other arm. And that's the secondary arm on the left, looking at it from here. So I'm going to resize the mouths because they're not absolutely spot on the right size for his body. So I've had to adjust those slightly so that they fit, and I tilt it around so they sit better than what, you know, because I've just basically rough judged it, you know. Cut off his hand, which is a bit mean. Severed hand. Now what's going to happen is that's going to go behind his other arm, see? There you go. And I've got to move everything around again. Why? I don't know. What's going on? Oh, I know. I do like things spaced out. So it's going to go to the printer now. Printed it. Hey, printed it. And we go back to the drawing board. There you go. Back to the drawing board. Now those are the old pictures of Furt that you might have seen if you've ever seen anything I've done on YouTube. The little piece of paper with the difficult writing are the colour pens that I used for Furt the first time. So I wrote a little list using from the Copic pen so that I know which ones to go back to next time. Otherwise I'm there hunting for the right colours for ages. So yeah, there you go. There's a little Furt to my left so I can see how I've coloured it. Now if you look at it, oh, there you go. I should have coloured Furt's feet the same pink as his hands. He's still a work in progress. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I got, for some reason, coloured his feet purple. Orange. And, yeah, the Copic markers are really expensive, but you can buy really nice ones from Hobbycraft, which are not Copic, but they're made by Winsor & Newton for about £2.80 a pen, and they are lovely. Really nice alcohol pens. I like the effect these give you, these pens. It's a lovely effect. But you can refill the Copic ones. You don't have to buy them all at once. I bought them all at once and it cost me a fortune. But yeah, you don't have to do that. Save up. Save up your money. Don't waste it on junk. Now this is all just to try and encourage adults as well as kids. I say kids mostly. You know, just have a go at drawing. See how much fun you can have doing it. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be anything you want. Make a shape, stick some eyes on it and a big mouth and you've got yourself a monster. You all know that. You all know how to do that. Oh, back to the computer. Scanning the colour. There we go. I did jump that a little bit because I was meant to show you how, that I coloured in all the mouths, but I accidentally pushed the light in front of the camera. So I had to cut that little bit out. Cleaning the spots off the page. Getting rid of the background. So yeah, it's the same process as before in the black and white. It's just cutting them all out. I don't know why I cut them all out before. Oh no, were they all attached? They weren't, were they? I could have just cut them out. I didn't have to cut them out, sorry. No, this is what I have to cut out. Although I did resize the mouths, didn't I, to fit in his... There you go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And his arm, his little hand, which you've got to drop behind his fur. Ooh, drop that behind his fur. There you go. And there's that one. Now that's just, it's speeded up, this is, so when you're looking at that, you're looking at I cut off his hand again. Give him a bit of a wrist. That's the stamp tool I'm using there. It's good, that stamp tool, I like that. Kind of copies the same colours and texture from the rest of the drawing. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want the hand above his body, not behind him, because it looks like he's scratching his bum otherwise. So it's just... There you go. I'll in the layers tab I will move that hand so that it pops over his body instead of behind him. All the males. Can you hear that rain? It's crazy out there. It's absolutely hammering it down on the house. Bucking it down. See, there you go. His little finger's popped over his body now. Oh, I made some mistakes here with this. Oh, I made myself some unnecessary work and stress. I like to crop things, and then I cropped it too short, didn't I? So when his hand and arms moved, they were cut off, which was really clever. Now, have a guess what I'm doing? You guessed it. I'm drawing eyelids. Eyelids that will open and close to give the idea that he's blinking. He's a blinking idiot. But yeah, that's what that is. And I couldn't be bothered going back to the drawing board and doing them again by hand. So I thought, I'll just... You only see them for a split second, so I'll put them on... I drew them on in Photoshop. And to be honest, when you're finished and you've used the colours that are already there, you don't notice. Because they're, as I said, they're only on there for a split second. A bit more detail. Yeah, if you want to see me draw something that you think, oh, that would look cool, and I'd like to see how, maybe I would like to. Oh, there we go. Look, he's blinking. Whee! How I would, how I would go about it, and then you might be able to copy it, or it gives you some ideas of how to do it yourself. Let me know in the comments. That is if anybody's watching my videos. Not many people are watching them, unfortunately. But you never know, it might get better, mightn't it? Keep going, keep trying. Don't give up, that's the thing. Now a feeble attempt at I think I spelt animation wrong. I'm gonna have to change that. It's not good, is it? Oh yeah, this is just me fiddling around now, trying to time things in animation on Photoshop, and it's a nightmare. Oh dear. There's got to be something better than Photoshop to do animation with. I don't know what though. I'll have to look into it. I'll have to ask my son, because he's the one that put me onto Filmora. This Wondershare software is absolutely brilliant, this. I hope that rain's not coming through too loud on the microphone. And again, I feel like I'm going to be floating away soon. Yeah, look, all these little arms, look, these little wavy end. Hello! Yeah, he's getting this. Oh, did you notice? I done it. It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice I'd done it. I recoloured his feet to the pink I wanted originally. So in the original Furt, you see running across the drawing board, the very first video kind of thing I did, he had orange feet, but I wanted to go back to pink feet because I think it looks funnier. It looks like he's got little pyjamas on. Anyway. So yeah, that's what I made his feet pink in Photoshop. I fixed it. Yeah. Working it out now. Because I got to work out, he does the little wave, then his arm drops, and then he goes back up and does another little wave, and his mouth's got to move. But yeah, there's got to be better software than this. Problem is, it took me ages to learn how to use this one. And you get a bit scared then of another one that you got to learn. Well, it's like anything, isn't it? You need to learn new things, new software, new skills. Now, the finished product is about to start, so wait for it. I've done the voiceover for it, so here it comes.
Hello everybody, welcome to Illustrator Jones. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe, that would be lovely. Thank you for watching.
Illustrator Jones just wanted to say a huge thank you to Duck on Meth for becoming the very first Patreon. Anyone who would like to support Illustrator Jones on Patreon, please join, and you too can have your name called out and put on the screen. Thank you for your support.